recently I got some heat. We uploaded a video about where I was talking about the benefits of salawat upon the Prophet ﷺ, salat and salam. And this is like, the benefits of praising the Prophet ﷺ is infinite. Saying, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, infinite. Because it never ends how much barakah you get and the blessings you get in your life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is something I do, all the angels do, all the believers do it, you should do it as well. So many ahadith about this. So people start commenting, they're like, oh, you got to stop worshipping the Prophet. I'm worshipping the Prophet by doing salawat on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is something that Allah protected An-Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam from. No group in history has ever worshipped the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People have worshipped Ali radiallahu anhu. People have worshipped the family of the Prophet ﷺ. People have worshipped others, but they have never worshipped a Nabi ﷺ. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's divine protection. People do weird stuff at different graves. They go to the grave of Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani and Junaid al-Baghdadi and Mu'ayyiduddin Chishti and Khwaja Chishti. All of these people, they go to these graves and they do very strange things. It happens, right? But it's so interesting that the Prophet ﷺ is buried right there. The one Prophet that we know definitively is buried right there, and people don't do weird things there. You don't see them making sajda there, you don't see them doing any of that stuff. Sure, people will touch the grate and people will touch the walls and people will stand in that direction to say salawat on the Prophet ﷺ. All of these things there's evidence for. There is, right? And those people who are touching it out of like their longing for the Prophet ﷺ, we discourage it because we're like, relax, just keep going. But at the end of the day, you can understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of emotion and love. It's a famous story of Layla and Majnun. So Majnun is patrolling the streets and he knows that Layla lives in one of these buildings. So as he's walking in this alleyway, he's hugging and kissing the walls of the door, of the building, right? And people are like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he kissing this building, kissing this wall? Like this is a building, man. What does he say? أمر بالديار ديار ليلى أقبل ذا الجدار وذا الجدار فما حب الديار شغفنا قلبي ولكن حب من سكن الديار. He says that, you know what, you see me kissing these walls, but I promise you, it's not the building that I'm in love with. I'm in love with the person who lives inside of this building. That's how we have to be. We have to be crazy in our love for the Prophet ﷺ. That's how the Sahaba were. Seriously. And in defense of like Mawlid and stuff, not that I don't argue for music and stuff, you guys know my position, I don't really even believe in all, we should avoid it. But as for those who sit and they talk about the Prophet ﷺ, they sing about Nabi ﷺ, and they have gatherings for him ﷺ, remembering him, and people say that, where did the Sahaba do this? Are you kidding me? The Sahaba went 100 levels beyond that. 110 levels beyond that. When the Prophet of Allah, Abu Sufyan, describes how the Prophet ﷺ was in front of the kings, he says that I have been in the palaces, in the presence of kings, of muluk, of emperors, of the Caesar, and I have never seen anyone show as much love and respect for their leader as I have seen for the companions of Muhammad for Muhammad. He said that when he spits on the ground, they don't let his spit touch the ground. When he makes wudu, the water that's falling off of him, they grab the water before it touches the ground. If he speaks, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they're frozen like a statue. They dare not look at him in the eyes. That was the reverence that the Sahaba had for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So forget this idea of like, oh, can we sit around talking about the Prophet? Yeah, what do you mean? The Sahaba went 100 levels beyond that. We can only hope to have that kind of love for him sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah give us the love of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam.